All right, so I hope you're having a good day today as well. And this is part two of the video to introduction of systematic reviews and meta-analysis for newbies. And right now we have the systematic review right here and the meta right here. And I'm basically gonna tell you the differences between both. First of all, you've got the abstract. The abstract is the summary, and so it's essentially not much of a difference. However, if you can see that our abstract does not have any numbers or statistics or things like that because this is a systematic review. A systematic review does not have analysis of its own. It basically takes information from all of the researchers and combines them. Whereas the meta-analysis, as you can see, it has p-value, it has 95% confidence interval, it has odds ratio, it has all of these statistics and all of these maths, which frankly can sometimes be um, annoying, but it is what it is, right? So this is the main difference in the abstract. Now we have got the introduction. The introduction and background is essentially similar. First of all, you start from the disease, then you go to pathophysiology, to its symptoms, then you go to its um, treatment, then you say that this treatment has been a good one, and then you tell about other treatments, then you tell the side effects of this treatment, etc., etc. Like all of like how our introduction is basically written. Lastly, the main thing is you have to include the rationale. The rationale shows that we chose the efficacy and safety of zavaigipant as our topic for meta because it is a relatively new CGRP drug and it has the advantage of being an intranasal administration. And one more thing that you can add is that there has not been any sufficiently strong meta, or there has not been any meta, if at all, on this drug, and hence we chose to do this for our research. Now, for meta, as you can see, it's like literally the same. First, you tell the condition, then you tell about the drug, then you tell about its use, then you tell about history of the drug and its mechanism of action, etc. And then lastly, you say, tell the rationale. This shows that to date, no systematic review has been performed to ascertain a pooled estimate of its efficacy. And there, right before this article, right here, in 2021, there has not been any meta on fenfluramine for Dravet syndrome, and which is why it was actually one of my hit list topics, but it's not now. So, introduction, you go from general to specific. Of course, you're gonna start from the disease, and then you're gonna narrow down on one drug, and then you're gonna narrow down on the side effects and use of this drug. So it's kind of like if- an opposite or a funnel, you can say, basically, or an upside down pyramid, right? Now, if you're doing on a disease, if you want to mention the disease, you're going to go from epidemiology. First of all, you're going to go to definition. What the hell is the disease? Then you're going to go to epidemiology, how common it is. Then how does it cause its symptoms? What are its symptoms and what are its complications? If you're going to do a drug, then you're going to go from class to mechanism to the use and then to the adverse effects. And lastly, the rationale. Why the hell are you even doing this research? Like, except for adding one of your own publication, why the hell would we even accept your research? Like, what does your research has that's benefit to us, that's beneficial to the scientific community? That's what you have to do in this rationale, and it's actually a hard part. Like, one may think that writing a rationale is easy, but it actually takes a lot of mind power. At least it does for me. Anyways, the methodology. This is the most technical part. This is the part which is the most confusing, and this is the part which I will focus on in the upcoming videos. But for now, I'm going to give you an overview. It's that first of all, you're going to search, tell the search methodology. How did you search the um, articles that you included in your research? How did you search it? Which databases did you use? PubMed, Cochrane. For example, we've got PubMed, which is the main one. This right here. Then we've got the Cochrane, and then we've got Embase. Embase is actually paid, and I don't have access for it, so we're just gonna use PubMed and Cochrane for now. But you see, all of these databases, we can use these for articles. Then you're gonna say when was the search conducted actually? What time frame was it conducted? Like, was it conducted in February, March, April, which year? Then you're gonna say about time filters. A time filter is basically if I search up an article on PubMed, let's say the event, and I say I only want articles from 2024. This is a time filter that I applied the filter of 2024 and onwards. So this is how we basically search it on Prisma. And lastly, we use the Prisma data. You have to mention that, like, you have to say that this, yeah, this right here. Our study was conducted in accordance with the Prisma guidelines. Like, you have to cite it in each and every meta-analysis that you can. So, now that I've told you about Prisma, we're gonna go to the eligibility criteria. Now, eligibility criteria basically means which studies are you gonna leave out and which are you gonna keep in your meta-analysis. So we just got right here. This is the eligibility criteria. You have to tell how many articles you screened, which were removed, for what reasons, etc., which were included, and all that. Then we've got, yeah, especially why were they excluded. That's you have to focus on the most. And as you can see in the image, we also tell here why were the articles removed. Okay. Then we have this. I actually added this meme because at this point you're probably like 70-75% up in the video and you're gonna feel a bit boring, and because this is like the boring part. This is not a good part where we do things. This is the part where I basically throw out information on your face, and just like, just bear with me in this video. I promise other videos are gonna be even better. And here's a meme to sort of, make the mood a bit light. Lastly, we have got the methodology in the study selection area. The study selection area basically tells that who basically selected the studies and what was the inclusion criteria on which they've included the studies, etc., etc. Then you have to see the quality assessment. You have to see how good the studies were. All of this I'm going to explain later on, but I'm just going to give you an idea right now of all the parts. This is the table which will basically include all of the studies. I'm going to explain you how to make this table soon, in probably the third or the fourth, like actually in the fifth video most probably. And this is how basically we're going to do each and every single one of these steps. So don't worry, we're going to do it. And then we've got the outcomes. The outcomes basically tell us the, like, listen, if you're having pain in your head, which is migraine, or if you're having a feeling of nausea, or if you're having flashing lights, they are irritating you, how do you define it? How do you quantify it? How do you tell it how much pain or how much of the flashing lights are irritating you? That's what an outcome is. An outcome is basically something that will quantify what you want to report, that will quantify your disease basically, such as we use the outcomes of different pain scales 1 to 10, or such as in migraine we use the freedom from most bothersome symptom, which is in usually cases the irritation due to sounds, because you can close your eyes but you cannot close your ears every time. And so this is what we use in migraine, for example, the freedom from pain as well. So this basically tells the time till which you got free from your pain. For example, if you use the Vegapent spray at 10 a.m. and you were free from pain within 15 minutes, let's say, or 20 minutes, let's say, that's what basically this outcome tells. So this is the methodology section, and this is now finished. Then we have the results. The results I'm not going to focus on here right at all, because you need an understanding of how the whole meta-analysis works before, and then you're going to understand the results. So this is basically the area where we'll tell of all the results. The main thing that I wanted to focus on this is that if you go to a meta-analysis, you're going to see that the results has all of this uh, forest plots. This is not a systematic review. Our results were short. These are like really long results. All of these for forest plots. This is what actually distinguishes meta-analysis from systematic review, in that all of this, it can pool all of the articles together and then give you a cumulative result, or give you a result that will hold true for the most part of the population. That's the main difference between systematic review and meta-analysis, is that a meta-analysis can quantify, or it can objectify these results. It can tell you the results in a more accurate and mathematical way. This is like actually a really complex concept which I have simpled down in just two sentences. So thank you for like, you're welcome for that. And lastly, we've got a discussion in which we're gonna basically compare all of the articles right here. Discussion is essentially similar. And lastly, the conclusion. The conclusion is basically um, like complete it in 100 or 150 words. This is the results, forest plot, etc., etc. The discussion, compare. Yeah, there you have to compare your results with the published online studies. So this is the whole gist of the discussion. And then the conclusion, we just sum it up in 150 words, because we ain't got a time, bro. Like, if I am a migraine researcher, or if I am a migraine specialist, or if I'm a neurologist, even let's say not even a migraine specialist, if I'm a neurologist, I haven't got the time to read your 3,000 word articles, and I don't give a shit about your article, to be very honest. I only give a shit about the abstract, the conclusion, and maybe if I'm the researcher, the methodology, and that's it. And that's the reality. So, conclusion is actually a really important step. And I think lastly, we're just gonna skip this right here and we're gonna go to the end. This is the my Instagram that you can use to connect with me. This is my LinkedIn, or this is my LinkedIn like profile, and just you can search me that with this 3 or 4 words. This is my Twitter. You can reach me out here as well. And WhatsApp, I'm not gonna give out the on internet. So WhatsApp, if you know a personal contact of mine, you can approach me through them.